KTRH news time is 5:46.
I believe this is, without question, the Tea Party downgrade. This is the Tea Party downgrade because a minority of people in the House of Representatives countered even the will of many Republicans in the United States Senate.
John Kerry. It's a Tea Party downgrade. Joining us right now, KTRH's nationally syndicated talk show host, money guy Ric Edelman. Rick, welcome to Houston's Morning News, sir.
Great to be with you. Thanks.
All right, so you believe that this is more politics than anything else, right?
Yes, there's no question that this has been political theater.
Explain that to me.
Well, we have given a little too much credence to what's going on in Washington, and we've taken our eye off the ball. The fact remains Washington doesn't control the economy. Wall Street does. And Wall Street is focusing on corporate profits and economic growth, and we have lots of both.
Now, why would Standard & Poor's, and even in their explanation of it, they did say, and I'm paraphrasing here, that they did not like the political bickering, the political sniping back and forth. Why would they get involved in a political discussion? Why do you think this is an emotional assault on America?
Well, for one reason, they've gotten themselves involved in this over the years. I mean, the S&P is the same organization that failed to downgrade any of the organizations that were involved in the subprime mortgage crisis, and that created the 2008 credit crisis, as we all well know. So S&P is trying to dig itself out of the doghouse, saying, you know what, you want us to do downgrades? Okay, here's a downgrade for you.
So this is a bickering of sorts between S&P and the Obama administration, or just Washington D.C. in general?
Well, a little bit of both, Washington, D.C. in general, but there is some legitimacy behind S&P's action. I mean, we can argue with whether they should have done this now, but the S&P did not do anything blindsidedly or take us by surprise. They told us back in April that if we didn't cut $4 trillion from the deficit, they were going to lower the credit rating. Congress bickered and only lowered it by $2.1 trillion. So S&P 4 days later said, okay, you didn't do what we told you to do. Boom. Washington is acting like they're shocked.
Right. You're absolutely right. And let me ask you this, and I've got about 30 seconds here, but what does it mean for our listeners here, Houston's Morning News, folks that are listening that could care less about the politics, but they want to know how is it going to affect their 401k, how is it going to affect their mortgage, their credit card rates?
It's probably not going to have any long-term sustained impact. This is an emotional hit, as you said, very upsetting to the nation. We've been embarrassed, but don't expect any long-term effect as a result of this. Treasuries remain the safest investment in the world. I don't care what they label it as a rating, and it is the safe haven. It's not going to have a long-term impact. The markets have factored this in already. This is political theater and regarded as such.
All right, very good. Nationally syndicated talk show host and KTRH's own Ric Edelman. Hey, Rick, thanks for taking the time early this morning. Sure appreciate it.
My pleasure.